Olivia had traveled many times before, but never in her life had a journey gone this wrong. She was a young professional from Belgium, sharp-minded, organized, and usually calm under pressure. But today, none of those qualities were helping her. As the airplane wheels touched the ground, she stretched her neck, refreshed her lipstick, and smiled faintly at the thought of landing in Singapore for her new project. But when the cabin door opened and a wave of unfamiliar, cold, damp air hit her face, something felt off. The airport looked older than the glossy images she'd seen online. The signboards weren't in English the way she expected. And why was it raining this heavily? Singapore was warm in December. This was different. Still half asleep, she followed the crowd through the jet bridge until she reached the large glass window overlooking the runway. Her heart dropped. Outside, she saw mountains. Singapore didn't have mountains. She hurried to the arrival counter, forcing a polite smile. "Excuse me," she asked the officer. "This is Singapore Changi Airport, right?" The officer stared at her blankly for a moment before replying in accented English. "Ma'am, this is Islamabad International Airport." Her breath froze. Islamabad, Pakistan. She felt dizzy. She opened her phone to check her ticket, and there it was. The mistake that ruined everything. Instead of choosing sign for Singapore, she had tapped ICB, a single wrong click. A slow Wi-Fi connection at Brussels Airport. And now she was thousands of miles away from where she was supposed to be. Her phone beeped once, then the screen blacked out. Dead battery. Panic spread inside her like fire. She had no Pakistani currency, no charger, no local SIM card, and no idea how to navigate this unfamiliar place. The rain outside intensified, slamming against the airport glass as if the sky itself was mocking her situation. Travelers rushed around her, speaking a language she couldn't understand. Warm voices, fast words, unfamiliar gestures. But to her frightened mind, everything felt loud and chaotic. She dragged her small suitcase to a corner near the pillar and sat down, hugging her knees. Her hair was damp from the humidity, and anxiety tightened her throat. She tried to remember if her company could arrange emergency help. But without a working phone, even that hope vanished. Minutes stretched like hours. People passed by, but no one stopped. Olivia felt invisible, stranded in a country she never planned to visit. The more she looked at the storm outside, the more she felt stuck, trapped between fear and helplessness. Then, unexpectedly, a shadow stopped beside her. It was an elderly Pakistani janitor in a faded uniform, holding a mop in one hand and a metal bucket in the other. His beard was gray, his clothes simple, and his face lined with years of struggle. But his eyes carried a softness she hadn't seen all day. He looked at her with gentle concern. "Beta, you okay?" he asked in broken English. Olivia looked up, her voice trembling. "I am lost. Wrong country, no phone. I don't know what to do." The old man's expression filled with empathy. He set his mop aside and knelt slightly to her level. "Don't worry," he said softly. "No need to fear. Every problem has a way out." His voice was calm, almost fatherly. "My name Shahnimi," he added proudly, tapping his chest. "You are like my daughter. I help you." Tears welled in Olivia's eyes. Not from fear this time, but from the unexpected kindness of a stranger in a country she knew nothing about. For the first time since landing, her heartbeat slowed. Someone cared. Someone stopped. Someone said, "You are not alone." And that was the moment everything changed. Olivia followed Chasha Naim through the bustling airport corridor, her steps shaky yet guided by a fragile trust. Something about the old man's voice had calmed her, its warmth, its sincerity, its unexpected tenderness. Outside the main hall, Naim gently gestured toward a bench and asked her to sit. He opened his small cloth bag, pulled out a warm plastic bottle of water, and handed it to her with a smile. "Drink, Beta, you look tired." Olivia hesitated for a second, then took the bottle with both hands. "Thank you, truly." The water wasn't cold, but in that moment it felt like the safest thing in her chaotic world. Rain hammered against the airport roof like drums of warning. The sky had turned a deep, stormy gray. Travelers rushed in and out, cars honking, guards shouting instructions. Everything was a loud blur, but Naim's presence created a bubble of calm around her. "You alone?" he asked gently. "Yes," she replied, struggling to find simple words. "My flight wrong. I must be. In Singapore, not here." Naim nodded slowly as if he understood everything without needing details. "Life is strange," he said with a chuckle. Sometimes wrong turn becomes right turn. You will see. Olivia didn't know whether to smile or cry. Her voice cracked as she said, I don't know where to go now. Naim's face tightened with concern here. Nighttime dangerous. Too much rain, no hotel cheap nearby, you foreigner alone, not safe. His words made her chest tighten. Again, she looked outside. The storm wasn't slowing down. The airport exit flooded with water. Taxis were full. The world looked harsher than before. Naim rubbed his forehead, thinking carefully. Then he said something she wasn't prepared for. You come with me, Olivia blinked. With us, you? Yes, Beta. My home's small, he admitted, raising 2 fingers close together. But heart big. You stay safe there until morning. Then we think what to do. Olivia's mind raced. She had just landed by mistake. Her phone was dead. She had no money. And now a man she'd known for 10 minutes was offering to take her to his home. Her rational brain screamed, no. But when she looked at Naim, his worn clothes, his honest eyes, his gentle posture, her fear softened. There was no malice, no pressure, no hidden intention, only sincerity, pure and uncomplicated. I don't know, she whispered nervously. Naim placed his hand on his chest. I am old man. I have daughter your age. You are guest. Guest is blessing. Something inside her shifted. Maybe it was exhaustion, maybe fear, maybe the kindness she hadn't expected. But she nodded slowly. Okay, I trust you. Naim broke into a relieved smile. Good, very good. He grabbed her suitcase with surprising strength for his age. Come, Beta, we take van, but we hurry. Rain very bad. Outside, the storm slapped them with cold sheets of water. Olivia's hair, soaked instantly, her shoes filled with puddles, and the airport lights blurred in the downpour. Naim waved at a passing van. A battered, rattling local transport vehicle painted in bright reds and greens. The van screeched to a stop, splashing water onto their legs. Inside, metal seats were crowded with families and laborers escaping the storm. The driver leaned out with a gaptic grin, shouting, Chalo, Chalo, Jaldaro. Naim gestured for Olivia to enter first. She ducked inside and felt countless curious eyes studying her pale skin, damp hair, and foreign clothes. She sat quietly clutching her bag while Naim settled beside her protectively. As the van jolted forward, splashing through flooded roads, Olivia glanced at Naim. Thank you for helping me, she said softly. Naim smiled, wrinkles deepening around his eyes. Beta, in our country, we say if someone needs help, you don't ask who they are, you just help. For the first time since landing in Pakistan, Olivia felt her fear melting away, replaced by a fragile, unfamiliar sense of safety. A wrong flight had brought her here, but maybe destiny had something else planned. The van rattled through narrow, rain-soaked streets as Olivia pressed her forehead against the cool window, watching the foreign world outside blur past. The city lights faded quickly, replaced by dim street lamps, puddled roads, and clusters of small houses standing close together like families huddled against the storm. Every turn felt tighter, every street more modest. Her heart thumped, not with fear now, but with curiosity. This was nothing like Europe. Nothing like Singapore, nothing like anything she had imagined. After nearly 40 minutes, the van screeched to a stop in front of a small, muddy lane. This is our stop, Beta, Naim said as he stepped out and shielded her with his arm from the rain. Olivia followed him carefully, trying not to slip on the wet ground.